Okay.
Okay, you're all set.
I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right.
We'll move on to motions, and trustee Cheney.
Motion to hire Matthew Highland to the position of seasonal Department of Public Works laborer at 40 hours per week for 16 weeks. Start date to be determined by DPW Supervisor Michael Moser. Salary to be based on the fiscal year 23-24 and fiscal year 24-25 budget.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to advertise for 2 seasonal DPW laborers at 40 hours per week for 16 weeks. Start date to be determined by DPW Supervisor Michael Moser. Salary will be based on the fiscal year 24-25 budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to advertise for the position of Village of Warwick engineer intern at a pay rate of $16.50 per hour at 32.5 hours per week for approximately 12 weeks.
Okay.
Second. Oh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to grant permission to DPW Supervisor Michael Moser and DPW employees Jason McCutch, Tony Rivera, and Andrew D'Alessandro, and Mike Finelli to attend the Excavator Pipeline Safety Program on May 15th, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. at the American Legion, 185 Wawayanda Avenue, Middletown, New York. There will be no cost to the village. The village vehicle will be used for transportation.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to re-levy on the Village of Warwick 2024 to 2025 tax bills, unpaid water and sewer fees, alarm fines, and building department fees to properties listed on the attached document, including errors and omissions, RPTL 520 prorated taxes as per the village assessor with a total re-levy amount of $2,694.94.
91 cents.
91 cents.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the 2024 Village of Warwick Summer Concert Series scheduled per the attached calendar provided by the Village of Warwick Summer Concert Coordinators.
Second. Discussion?
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 How did that, so Carly, thank you for handling those meetings. I know there's a lot of back and forth. Can you just update us, how did that shake out with the summer concert series and the schedule and?
Well, some of the positive things that came out of it was moving, I believe there's 4 concerts over to Stanley Deming Park.
I know it's scheduled.
And also changing the dates of, so that every concert was not on a Saturday, which seemed as a potential drain on some of our local restaurants. So,
So I had requested that we kind of break up the concerts and not be stuck with consecutive Saturdays. I felt that it does put a lot on local restaurants who experience sort of less activity on nights when there's concerts. I work at a local restaurant on Saturdays, so I see it myself. I've kind of reached out to other people to see what their experience is like. Also, I feel like it conflicts with the Greenwood Lake concert series, and I just wanted to see a breakup. But what I see here really is not, I do see weekday concerts, but they're in addition to the Saturdays. They're not in replacement of. So like in July, we have a concert on the 6th, the 13th, the 17th, the 20th, the 26th, the 27th. So we have 7 concerts that are all within less than a week of each other. So I am not really comfortable with that. It's nothing on the organizers. I think they do a great job. It's a huge commitment for a volunteer position, and I love the concert series. I think it adds a lot to our community, but I'm not just not really comfortable with this. And the contracts have been signed, so there's no room for us to go back and make any changes.
Yeah, we didn't exactly follow the process that was agreed to. Was under the impression that we would
Right.
have an
So,
opportunity to see the final schedule ahead of time, and that's
Yeah.
not what happened.
right, and I don't think it's anybody's fault because I don't think there's been any process established. I think for years it was the same bands just doing the same weekend every year. So but I think for next year, what I would like to do this year is to do an exit survey at the concerts. I'm interested to see where people come from, if they have problems parking, if they're going out to eat before or after. Whatever I can find out without being too nosy. I think all that information will be really valuable to making decisions next year. I think next year we need to have a process, and we also need to start earlier so that we have more times to approve the schedule and leave time to sign the contracts.
I couldn't agree more. And there has been no real process. And there were a lot of requests that were made at the meetings that we had. And there was an attempt to get there. But I think if we had a process and we were able to have more of a dialogue happening, in the making of the calendar. I think part of the problem was that he was running out of time.
Yeah, that was a big.
And I understand that, but at the same time, it leaves us with, okay, this is what we have, so.
And then Rena made a good point today that the village needs the opportunity to overlook.
The contracts.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but this is great what you said.
And the
The-
contracts?
No,
Oh,
I have the contracts here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, Mary.
We have to consider what else is going on in the park and if anybody else has the park or what else is going on in the village.
Right.
And, I mean, at the very least, we had discussed a process that the village board would approve the schedule prior to any contracts being signed. And that's not what occurred. We did not have the opportunity to review the schedule prior to all of the contracts being signed. And so that occurred last year, and so we established that boundary last year, and then this year it was also not adhered to,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Thank you for the update.
Yep, there you go.
I just said that, yes.
Okay, well, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's me again, sorry.
I'm way back in the depths
I know,
of
I
our
got-
packet.
Okay, motion to advertise for the position of Village of Warwick office intern at a pay rate of $16.50 per hour at 20 hours per week for approximately 12 weeks.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to amend the motion approved on April 1st, 2024, granting permission to Park Avenue Elementary to hold a third grade class picnic in Stanley Deming Park on Tuesday, June 11th, 2024, to instead allow the picnic to be held on Friday, June 14th, 2024, between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a rain date of Monday, June 17th, 2024. Request includes use of restrooms. Completed park permit and proof of insurance have been received.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to grant permission to Sanfordville Elementary School to hold a kindergarten class picnic in Stanley Deming Park on Tuesday, May 7th, 2024, and Wednesday, May 8th, 2024, between 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. with a rain date of Friday, May 10th, 2024. Request includes use of restrooms. Completed park permit and proof of insurance have been received.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to grant permission to Sanfordville Elementary School to hold a pie student and family potluck in Stanley Deming Park on Monday, May 20th, 2024, between 4:30 p.m. and 8 p.m., with a rain date of Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Request includes use of restrooms. Completed park permit and proof of insurance have been received.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes.
One of the things that they said they were going to do was to have an ice cream truck. And so usually when that happens, I think we get certificates of insurance from, like, for Apple Fest, we get certificates of insurance from all the vendors, correct? So I would think we want to have a certificate of insurance for their ice cream truck.
Yeah. Okay.
So, amend the motion, oh, okay.
No, I think that's just, okay, we have a second? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to grant permission to the Warwick Valley Gardeners to use Railroad Green on Friday, June 28th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. for a pre-tour ticket sales event, and on Saturday, June 29th, 2024, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. with a rain date of June 30th, 2024, for the annual Countryside Garden Tour event. Request includes the setup of pop-up tents. Completed, park permit, security deposit, and proof of insurance have been received.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to place 8 no parking meter covers on parking meter numbers 104 to 107 on Railroad Avenue at the corner of Oakland, and meter numbers 108 to 111 on Oakland Avenue, northbound side, from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 29th, 2024, with a rain date of Sunday, June 30th, 2024, for the benefit of the Warwick Valley Gardeners Garden Tour ticket sale as per their letter dated April 2nd, 2024.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye. Motion to grant permission to the Warwick Valley Gardeners to use the Veterans Memorial Park Pavilion on Thursday, April 25th, 2024, as a prep area for the following day's Arbor Day celebration between the hours of 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Request includes use of restrooms and 3 village-owned tables. Completed park permit, security deposit, and proof of insurance have been received.
Second, and discussion?
Sure.
Actually, also for the last one, so is DPW going to put up the tables and the no parking meter covers?
I believe the no parking meter covers
Are
are
the responsibility.
given to the organization, and then it's their responsibility, so there's no DPW call out to do any of that.
Oh, okay, great. And then the table setup?
They do that.
They bring their own, right?
Well, the table setup
3
is usually
village-owned
the day
tables.
before. They'll set the.
Oh, okay.
It says
picnic.
3
Yeah, they
village-owned
usually-
tables.
They usually leave them out.
Yeah.
Got it, okay, thanks.
And where the tables go is actually in a storage area, which is right next to the pavilion.
It's right there.
Okay, so we have a second. All in favor?
Aye. I lost track.
Number 14.
Okay. Motion to grant permission to the Warwick Merchants Guild to hold their annual summer sidewalk sale and street fair on Main Street, Railroad Avenue, and Railroad Green on Saturday, July 13th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., with setup to begin at 8 a.m. and breakdown complete by 6 p.m., and on Sunday, July 14th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., with setup to begin at 8 a.m. and breakdown to be complete by 4 p.m. Completed facility use permit, proof of insurance, and security deposit have been received.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to grant permission to the Warwick Merchants Guild to place no parking meter bags on the meters on Saturday, July 13th, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sunday, July 14th, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. along Main Street as follows: Eddie's Roadhouse to Bank Street, G's Restaurant to Fetch Bar and Grill, Bertoni Gallery to Etched in Time, Beef Ree to Cafe Dolce, Aiken's Pharmacy to WVT for the benefit of the annual summer sidewalk sale and street fair. Pickup and return of no parking meter bags to be coordinated with the Village of Warwick DPW clerk.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to place no parking meter bags on the meters along Railroad Avenue on Saturday, July 13th, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, July 14th, 2024, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the benefit of the Warwick Merchants Guild Summer Sidewalk Sale and Street Fair. Pickup and return of no parking meter bags to be coordinated with the Village of Warwick DPW clerk.
Second.
All in favor? I'm sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to close Railroad Avenue on Saturday, July 13th, 2024 from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, July 14th, 2024 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the benefit of the Warwick Merchants Guild Summer Sidewalk Sale and Street Fair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And motion to grant permission to East Coast Elite Basketball to hold a fundraiser on Railroad Green on May 18th, 2024 between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. The fundraiser will include the sale of baked goods and organic dog treats. Request includes the setup of a tent. Completed park permit, security deposit, and proof of insurance have been received.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes.
Just, I guess I've got a concern that usually when we grant permission for somebody to come in and sell things, it's usually associated with another event. And I just have a concern that there's potential for this at some point to get out of hand, so I think we need to just be very careful. You know, we could be turning Railroad Green into a flea market. Not saying that it's gonna happen, but I just wanted to put that concern out there.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a good point. Thank you.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And trustee Calora.
Resolution adopting the 2024-2025 village budget. Whereas a tentative budget, the proposed village budget, for the Village of Warwick was prepared and introduced for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. And whereas a public hearing was held on April 15th, 2024, and all interested persons were afforded an opportunity to be heard with respect to the proposed village budget, after which such public hearing was closed. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and the board of trustees of the Village of Warwick hereby adopts the proposed village budget of the 2024-2025 fiscal year, including any amendments to such budget as approved by the board of trustees, which shall, upon adoption, become the final village budget for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. And be it further resolved that the mayor, the village clerk, and any office, employee, or consultant, as directed by the mayor, is authorized and directed to take any and all actions that are reasonably necessary, proper, or convenient to carry out the purposes of this resolution.
Second.
Okay,
Trustee Cheney?
Yes.
Trustee Foster?
Yes.
Trustee McKnight?
Yes.
Trustee Calora?
Yes.
Mayor Newhart?
yes. And Thomas.
Arbor Day proclamation. Whereas Arbor Day, a tradition dating back to 1872 when J. Sterling Morton initiated the celebration in Nebraska by planting trees, has since become a globally recognized observance promoting tree planting and environmental conservation. And whereas Arbor Day serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of trees in our ecosystem, providing numerous environmental, social, and economic benefits for current and future generations. And whereas the Village of Warwick recognizes the invaluable role that trees play in mitigating climate change, improving air quality, enhancing property values, and promoting overall health and well-being. Whereas the Village of Warwick has been a dedicated member of Tree City USA for 40 years, demonstrating a steadfast commitment to the preservation and growth of our woodlands. And whereas the Village of Warwick has achieved the Growth Award for 24 consecutive years, the longest tenure in New York State, showcasing exemplary efforts in enhancing our community's green infrastructure and fostering environmental stewardship. And now, therefore, Mayor Newhart, along with the Village Board of Trustees, do hereby proclaim April 26, 2024 as Arbor Day in the Village of Warwick, New York, and urge all residents to join in commemorating this occasion by planting trees, participating in tree-related activities, and continuing to support initiatives aimed at preserving and expanding our village forest.
Second?
Trustee Cheney?
Yes.
Trustee Foster?
Yes.
Trustee McKnight?
Yes.
Trustee Calora?
Yes.
Mayor Newhart?
Yes. And now we're at the moment of reports. Barry, do you have anything for us?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's okay. We've had a long meeting, actually.
I have a couple quick reports.
Okay, no, that's good. As long as you want.
Yeah, no, I'll be quick. So, the village had earlier this year, or even late last year, applied for a Thriving Communities grant, which is where USDOT would assign us with a consulting firm and support us in in a variety of different potential endeavors, mostly related to mobility and economic development. And unfortunately, we were notified that we were not successful in receiving that today. However, on a positive side, we have been working with USDOT on a separate grant that we were successful in obtaining, or at least being identified as an awardee. And so we've been working through the process of developing the contract with the state agency. And so now that contract has been fully drafted and is with USDOT for review. So as soon as that gets finalized, we'll be able to move forward with the Safe Streets for All, the Way to Go Warwick and the Slow Down Warwick campaign work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary, do you have anything?
I don't have a report, but I have a proposal, I guess. The Village of Greenwood Lake is celebrating its centennial, as I think everyone knows by now. They are having a parade in August. We were invited to participate in that parade. They are encouraging participants to build floats. So their deadline for registration is May 15th. So it's just something to think about. If we want to participate and to what capacity, if we want to discuss it at the next meeting, that'll give us time to register.
Are you proposing that the village board have its own float?
I am. And so, yeah, I should just
You
send
know,
it.
when it came before us, you know, I did announce it to the office and everybody's on board.
Okay.
So,
Ooh, maybe we'll have 2 votes.
That would be.
Yeah, and I just want to say, because when we had our village's sesquicentennial, that involvement from other municipalities was so touching to us, and we had a big parade with floats in it.
Yeah.
So I think they were a little inspired by that. So just think about it and we'll discuss it.
very good. That sounds great. Tom, anything for us?
I do have one thing. So, as some of you may have seen with some of the flyers around town, next Saturday, April 20th, from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. in Stanley Deming Park, is the Earth to Warwick Tree Cycle event. So Earth to Warwick is this name really we've given to this green calendar of a lot of events happening in 6 to 8 week time period, which underscores the community's efforts towards general sustainability. And Tree Cycle, being hosted by Wickham Works, the Village of Warwick will I'll have a table there talking about the climate
I
smart
plan
communities.
to attend and help you with the table.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Everyone else is welcome to be there.
Yeah.
I think I may have a new village shirt that I
Yeah.
ordered. Okay, excellent. But it's a one-day event. It's free for anyone who wants to come. It's celebrating art, community, and environmental action. So there will be food, music, craft vendors, art installations, live performances. So a lot of fun. Again, free to attend. Great for children to be there. So and if anyone wants to come talk about what the village has been doing regarding some of our climate smart efforts, it's a perfect time to come and have a conversation.
Great, thank you.
Can I append my update?
Oh, absolutely,
So,
please.
just that reminded me. So with this last newsletter, we had released a survey to get feedback on the events that the village has been a part of and putting on. And we had great hopes that because the newsletter went to every household, we would get a few thousand responses, and we've had 15. So I just
Busy lives.
yeah. So maybe if we'll want to kind of promote that, I guess, again on social media, and then maybe we could put it a little more front and center on the summer.
Yeah, or
Summer
we can
newsletter?
make a copy of the QR code and put it on the
Out there.
window or
Yes.
something,
Okay.
right?
And they were really good, 15
It's also-
responses, but
It's
it was
also
only
maybe
15.
worth looking into. I've talked to a number of people who haven't received the newsletter in the mail, including myself.
They need their addresses.
Okay, yeah.
And you have a new address.
Yes, but that was a part of it.
Oh,
And,
okay.
But Barry
But-
gets it.
Yeah, so there were a couple people I talked to who did not receive it, so
Okay.
maybe something with the mail, but
Yeah, there's been some issues, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. I have no report this evening, but we have public comment on non-agenda items. If anybody would like to ask the board before we adjourn the meeting.
My name's Michael Helm.
Hi, Michael.
Michael. And I'm from Sustainable Warwick. And last year, the village did a great job of supporting the Coolidge Recycling Drive. And I'm requesting your assistance again this year. In this event, we collect refrigerant-containing appliances. And I believe this is very important because of the chemicals that they contain. A lot of us can relate to a pint of beer or a pint of ice cream, and we know a pint is a pound. If you take a pound of gasoline and you burn it, you'll create about 3.25 pounds of carbon dioxide. But if you take a single pound of R410A, a very common refrigerant, and you just release it to the atmosphere, you don't even have to burn it, it will act like more than 4,000 pounds of CO2. So last year when we did this, we got 130 appliances, and it was a CO2 equivalent of 500,000 pounds of CO2.
Wow.
About the equivalent of preventing the emissions by recycling instead of landfilling 10,000 bags of trash in the 25-gallon bags. So I think it's a big impact. Last year we spent under $1,000 doing it, but we made a huge impact on a company called Hudson Tech, who has agreed to do the refrigerant recovery for free for us this year.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So we won't have any expenses. Instead of doing 4 drop-off events, we'll have 5, an extra one in Chester. And then in May, there'll be 8 drop-off events up in Ulster County.
Fantastic.
And Michael, I would say if one were to take their window AC unit to the county dump, you have to pay
Yes.
to get rid of that. Versus Sustainable Warwick is willing to take these really from anyone who's getting rid of them.
It's free. It's free and it's easy. You don't have to schlep it all the way over to the county transfer station. Last year we did it with Operation Clean Sweep in the South Street parking lot. But we decided if someone's going to load it in their car and take it somewhere, we might as well have them take it over to the town where they'll be collected anyway. So we'll have 2 drop-off events there, one running the same time as the Shred Fest.
Great.
Awesome, thank
That's
you.
really wonderful.
And I will say that, so for the village's climate smart efforts, there is one action where we would receive points, which is just creating an inventory of the village government's use of refrigerants, right? So think in the, some of the water plant and others. Michael so graciously offered to help with that inventory. We're waiting on some information from DPW, but there's a format that the state kind of expects it in. So I just want to say thank you, Michael, for offering your talents and your time here.
And for the green calendar, which the Sustainable Warwick has also sponsored.
I just saw it's had that page has had 370 hits or something in the last month, so people are
Wow.
looking at it.
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
There's one other small request I have. I have some extra sunglasses here. If some people could pose with me for a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you're supporting the drive, I would really appreciate it.
Okay.
Of course.
As we're about to end the meeting.
Sounds
so-
like it.
Okay. But which reminds me, the county tourism grant. I need board approval to sign the contractual agreement, I believe.
The tourism grant or the legislative?
Is it the legislative grant? It's,
We got a legislative grant, let me guess, I know that. That's not due until June something.
no, it's the
It's
tourism.
the
grant.
tourism,
Yes.
$4,999.
So I need that from the board before I can sign off on
Was that reviewed and everything looks?
it. I think it was sent to you.
I have not seen the tourism grant.
I don't think it's that complex.
I'm
and
sure it isn't. Everybody, well, not everybody, quite a few municipalities get them. I believe they're all pretty much the same.
They're all pretty much the
So
same.
do we need to make a motion to allow the mayor to sign the agreement for the Orange County Tourism Grant pending review by council?
Second.
Oh, that was fast. But I just want you to know the money, the recipient would be Wickham Works for the green calendar.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
And Tom helped write the grant, so
thank you.
Well, that was mainly Melissa
Yeah.
Schultz-Smith.
Melissa, Smith, well, you input it. So. Okay, so we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
So let's get those sunglasses, Rob.
Yeah,
All right,
let's
Michael.
picture.
If you could just send it over to me again tomorrow. Sure. Maybe a guy that just didn't see it.
Oh, sure, of course.
I'm sending it now.
Excellent, thank you.
I've only got 4 pairs.
Oh,
I'd like to see
okay.
arm wrestle over it all. How are we
I
gonna?
think I have my own
No, I'm-
sunglasses.
Oh, you do?